Welcome to Rampage. The second time I'm recording this. I'm hoping you can hear me. I really hope you are able to hear me. I don't know what happened. I think it was due to the cable. You see, when you guys do filming like I do, and you got a simple camera with a simple mic, which is the Zoom H1N, anything can go wrong. Yesterday, you saw my impact review where the sound was just jacked. Here, I did my recording. Everything was fine. I could see myself, but when I took my memory card over to my computer, sound was jacked, and I'm going like, "What the fuck is going on?" So I had to change the headphone. Looks like the plug for that one wasn't working properly, and I'm hoping it still works because I'm gonna be angry as hell. It doesn't work now. I'm gonna make this quick and simple. This show was fine, but there was one major glaring problem. There are no people from Elevation or Dark. None. None from Dark or Elevation. It's only Dynamite people, and they must address this very soon, because if they do not, we are going to have a major problem on our hands, because people are going to get pissed off that there's a whole bunch of people on Elevation and Dark, and instead of getting them ready for Dynamite, they will not do it yet because they're throwing everybody on both shows when you really need Rampage for Elevation and Dark people to move up. But let's move on to this. Daniel Bryan versus Nick Jackson. One of the young bucks. Me, I don't got no guns. I used to have, kind of had guns. I used to have some muscle. But unfortunately, if you don't work the way you used to and work out when you can, everything becomes floppy. Anyway, the match was fine. And the thing that made this match good, understand, the Slug Daddy can't stand the Young Bucks because he sees them as nothing but freaking spot monkeys. I will say this about Nick Jackson. He does a lot of spots. But just like his brother Matt, they are not the top high flyers. They're not. This is the top high flyers. This is average. This is nothing. They are in between average and top. You know why? It is because they're not great wrestlers and great high-flying wrestlers. It's about them periodically, when they got the right person to work with, either singles or in tag teams, they have to slow down. If they got the right person or the right team, when they slow down, they work very well. And that's one of the reasons why I do believe that they're a very good tag team and individual wrestlers. They're not the top wrestlers. Anyone who is a top high-flying wrestler, they don't 100% understand psychology. I'm telling you right now, no matter how much you want to say Spot Fest is great, you need to understand that spots are what people like now. Honestly, with no story behind the spots, it becomes empty. So you can say with Nick or Matt, they can, when they got the right partner or partners, they can slow down. And Bryan Danielson is that right person. Now, I'm not putting any images in here. This is only just straight up what the show was about. No shots. I'm going to kind of make it like this for Rampage from now on. No shots unless it's really necessary. I'll say this. The match was fine. Seeing a lot of grapple wrestling and psychology was good from Bryan Danielson. Seeing that Nick Jackson, he still did his quick spots, but he did slow down when it was necessary to gloat and to have an attitude. And Matt attacking Bryan Danielson did help a lot. In the end, Bryan won. I wasn't surprised. The question is going to be, where they're going to go from there. Will he go after his brother Matt? Will he go after pretty much the Good Brothers after that, which wouldn't make any problems? Would he go after Adam Cole after that? Would he go after Cutler as well as for Nakazawa? I'm hoping he goes through absolutely everybody in the Super Clique to get to a Kenny Omega. Yes, it'll take a while. It will take a while. But there's nothing wrong with that. Now, we got two vid packs. One from CM Punk and one from Malachi Black. It's average from CM Punk. Not saying that he isn't a great promorist. But the reason I botch, it's simple. He needs to turn heel eventually. That is where he does his greatest work. And I don't see that happening this year. Next year, maybe around June or July, I say around June or July, he will turn heel. Right now, I just don't see it. If he does turn heel earlier than this, it's got to be in a good story. Because as it stands right now, a lot of people like him as a face, but he's way better as a wrestler as well as does his promos as a heel. That's just how he is. Flat out, that's the best. And he pretty much says, I'm going to keep going after everybody. I can't wait chomping into bits to go against some of the best. And Hobbs ain't nobody. But he did give me a run for my money, even though he's a nobody. There you go. Then you got Malachi Black, making it very clear. I ended Cody and I ended the Nightmare Family. And Cody, you just can't pull the trigger. To me, Malachi Black feels like he's really trying to push Cody into becoming a heel. The more he messes with Malachi Black, the more that he's scared. And sooner or later, the more he's going to become angry, that will turn him heel. And I'm hoping they keep up with Art, and he has nothing to do with Cody. He'll work with his son, and he'll work with Lee Johnson. That's what I want to see. Now, the match. Let me give it to you like this. Jade Cargill versus Thunderosa versus Nairos. Guess who were the ones who did the best work there? Nairos and Thunderosa. Jade Cargill. I love the girl. She's gorgeous. She is strong as hell. She got guns. I think she's got better guns than Camille from NWA. But I don't think she's stronger than Jordynne Grace. I'm sorry. She may look great, but if you're talking about someone straight up power, Jordynne Grace, I think, has a beat. Flat out. But when it comes down to it, looking powerful is one thing, but going in the ring is another, and she is still too damn green. Green. At one point during that match, when she got herself a chair, because with no DQ, she didn't even know how to swing a chair, guys. She was sloppy at first trying to swing a damn chair. That looks bad on her. And she's the one who won the damn match. I would have had no problem if Thunder Rosa had won the match. And I kind of hope that, I really wish she had. Because I wanted to see more out of Thunder Rosa. But they chose Jade Cargill to have that win. Which makes no damn sense to me personally. Because she's still too damn green. No matter how good she looks and how strong she is. She just does not fit the criteria as a wrestler yet. She has a great look. Marcus Smart makes her look good. But talks for her. But when she gets into the ring, all that power just doesn't translate very well if she doesn't know how to do the moves enough. And she's still green. Here's garbage. Here's average. Here's great. Average. Garbage. She's there. She needs work. Finally, hair versus hair. And I was upset about this. Because Jack Evans and Orange Cassidy wasn't a bad match. I wasn't surprised Orange won. The match quality was good. And understand this. When it comes to Jack Evans, I'm not a big Lucha Libre guy. Not saying I've not seen it or don't appreciate the work that you put in to do all that high-flying work. He's good as a Lucha Libre wrestler. Doing a twisting flip, I can't remember, I think it was a sunrise something. By the standing sunrise, I believe flipping sunrise, I think that was what it's called. That is hard to do. Very few people can get away with it. And he did it flawlessly multiple times. He's a damn good wrestler. He's very agile for his size. And he showed how good he can be in the ring. He also has a level of charisma that I'm seeing now. That's at least is there. But here's the problem, guys. This should have been saved for Full Gear. And it should have been Matt versus Orange Cassidy. The story is there. Orange Cassidy broke Matt Hardy's nose, and just taking away from the oldest part of the story, just him breaking his nose by landing his sternum on his nose and made him bleed his head off. That is where the story is, and they could have dragged this out and done everything they could until Full Gear. Now, mind you, they could still have the match at Full Gear, but I would have rather seen a hair versus hair at Full Gear than Rampage. Here's the story. This was a good show, but we still don't see anyone from Elevation, nobody from Dark. They're showing generally everyone from Dynamite with nothing else. Dynamite, yes, needs more time for their wrestlers, and doing only 2 hours, and they're constrained with those 2 hours. I understand what they're showing them to a certain extent heavily right now for Rampage, but they must sooner or later crank back the amount of people from Dynamite until they get 2 hours for Rampage, and split that 30 minutes or 20 minutes for any established wrestlers, and the rest has to be from Elevation and Dark. In fact, this is the way I want it. Once a month. For the 4 weeks you get in a month, or 5, counting on what month it is, I want only 1 week, one Rampage that is for established wrestlers from Dynamite. The rest got to be Dark and Elevation. They need to do it, because you don't see anybody there. I want to see the women there. I want to see some of the guys that are coming up. You'll never see them as they got it structured right now, but understandable, it is still very early days, and hopefully they will do that transition. If they don't go to 2 hours, they'll have once a month for the established Dynamite, and the rest will be Elevation and Dark people. But that's just me, and I really hope you can hear this, because if you don't, I'm thoroughly going to get pissed off. Have a good day, have a good night,